Welcome, everybody. How you guys doing? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. How's everybody doing today? All right. Please turn on your camera. Love to see you. And where you're coming from? What's your biggest why? Please put down the chat. See your disco iPhone. Okay, I mean, that's fun. I want to butcher your name, Shaway. You're welcome. YouTubers, welcome Tanya, John, Ruth. All right, put down a chat. What's your big why? Why are you here? And where are you from? Okay, we're here for you, of course. And we're gonna talk about how you can get absolute financial freedom tonight. Absolute financial freedom. I'm talking about making 6 figures passive in 6 months or less. We have helped hundreds of people just like you without any experience, a lot of them even. I know some of you have experience here to do that, so I'm sure I can help you. We can help you. All right, welcome, freedom, provide family. Good stuff. So my promise to you is I'll do everything in my power to make it worth your while, okay? I have over 20 years entrepreneurship, 10 years in corporate housing, built the #1 corporate housing coaching company in America that has been featured on many platforms, won a lot of awards. And I'm here to tell you that if an immigrant boy like me can do this without any English, even when I first came here, you can too, okay? And more importantly, we have helped so many people that can do this without any experience. So why not you, right? Why not now? So all I ask for in return for our time and what we can do here is your undivided attention. That's it, right? Can you be open-minded and be coachable, transparent just for the next hour here? That can change your life. Can you commit to do that? Okay, and that's it. Okay, I will share with you everything I learned over 20 years as entrepreneurs, invest over $1 million into myself, and I'm here to tell you that you can definitely do this, and I will share you all my secrets and everything. Sound like we have a deal, right? Awesome. All right, welcome Diane. Provide for family, help my church, get medical care. Fantastic. Okay. So today I'm going to share with you my story real quick. So that way, for those who don't know who I am, can get a better idea where I come from. Okay. So this is me. How I went from a trapped corporate slave to get absolute freedom. I'm talking about absolute freedom. There's 4 levels of freedom. There's money freedom, there's time freedom, there's relationship freedom, and then there's location freedom. So by having all kind of freedom like this is how we're able to travel around the world, live a life of our dream, do whatever we want to do, whenever we want to do it with. Okay, and we did all of this without owning any properties, without having any employees or real estate experience. Sounds good? Y'all want to do that? Exactly, right? So that is the kicker. It's one thing that you can do this if you already have a lot of property, which if you do, that will help you to do it and scale as well. Okay? And it's one thing you do this if you already have a ton of real estate or business experience. But when we help hundreds of people just like you to do this and get absolute freedom without any of these things, now that's something to talk about, right? So stay to the end. I will give you a blueprint, a gift on how you can do this as well. Sounds good? Okay. I'll do everything in my power to make it worth your while. The longer you stay, the better it's gonna get. The more I can give you. That's my promise to you. Okay. All right. So I invested over $1 million into my mindset and my strategy, and I'm here to tell you that I learned from the right people. I discovered the one vehicle that helped me to get absolute financial freedom. Uh, I learned from the right people. I refuse to give up. You know, Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone had the privilege and the honor to be on Grant Cardone private yacht with his executive team, and had an amazing time. Also, he shouted me out. I'm the only coach he actually shout out on his social that is doing anything related to short-term rental. Okay, I do more mid-term, yes, but I'm the only coach he will actually shout it out because he believed and saw what we can do for a lot of people. Also, Tony Robbins travel around the world with him. Platinum partner is the highest in the circle, to be able to like jump in the cold plunge with him at his home. Okay, that was an incredible experience. I would change for anything. Okay, or play chess with Sir Richard Branson, right, and talk about the word issues, how we can solve it. How would he want that experience, right? Exactly. So, but it's not about me. It's about what I can do for my team, for my community. So, for example, these two students met in my community. They partnered up, and within a couple months, they got two properties, making them more than 10,000 a month. Boom, that fast. Exactly, right? Or you have insurance. How many want here have insurance booking? Want to get insurance booking that pay you 3 months up front? I'm talking about up front, right? So that's what's possible, okay? And that's what's possible for you as well. Who in here are moms, dads, want to spend time with your kids, right? Amanda and Ann are both moms. They were frustrated and burned out when they first came to me. They work full time, try to take care of the little ones. And within months, we helped them to make 20, 30,000 a month and travel the world, literally, okay? And they retire in their early 30s, right? And now they spend as much time they can for their family. The most important part is our coaches and advisors are all graduates from our mentorship. That's when you know it works. It's when the product of the product we're helping other people. So my goal for training is to show you how to make six figures throughout beyond Airbnb that nobody else is talking about, corporate housing and insurance housing. So my story is an immigrant from Vietnam. When I came to America, we all four sleep in one tiny bedroom, but I determined to achieve the American dream. So how many here heard, what, we get the American dream, you gotta do what? Get a good grade, become doctor, lawyer, right? And that's exactly what I did, okay? Very, very hard because I didn't even know English. Once I finally made it, sacrificed so much of my life, my family life, finally made it. Within my first year, I become the Pharmacy of the Year award for a Fortune 1 company, okay? But I was trapped. They sat me down and they gave me a 2% raise and they cut my staff by 30%, okay? And I was like, this is not the way to freedom, right? So I was like, how? What did I do? I was trapped. I thought I made it. On top of all, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. I tried everything, all the kind of businesses you can imagine. How in here tried drop shipping, MLMs, day trading, franchise, multi-family, even becoming a realtor. Most of these will require a ton of time, money, and experience that I didn't have, you see? So with any business, with any of kind of this business, I found out that they require a ton of time. It's like active income. It's not really passive income, okay? And the only passive income is from real estate, as we know. But the challenge with traditional real estate is, how many here have traditional real estate, traditional deal? You know what I'm talking about, right? It takes forever. Talking about like forever for us to buy the house, to rehab it, and then to rent it out, right? So that's why there is something better. There's something way, way better than the traditional way. That's why we are here, right? Be a realtor, traditional real estate as well, you know? It's very tough. It's not easy, okay? They had to jump every night whenever a client call, right? And for those who want to do like multifamily, bigger deal and all of that, well, it sounds really, really easy and all of that, but when you really do the math with multifamily, with the bigger deals, you got to have $2.5 million invested, you know, to get 10K a month. I mean, how many here can save $2.5 million? And how long will it take you to save that? You see? Multi-level marketing too, that don't work. It's like drop shipping as well. Day trading, all of these take so much like a full-time job, overtime. One business that can actually give you freedom. Well, one thing I learned from all these billionaires is they all have one thing in common. What is that? They all have, what is the holy grail of financial freedom? Write down. Is multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. Multiple sources of income backed up by real estate, right? The challenge of real estate is take forever to buy, to rehab, to save up and buy another one, right? But now, I'll show you what happened after that. But definitely, I was frustrated. I was burnt out and trapped. Who never feel frustrated, burnt out, and trapped before, right? So prior to becoming free, I was lost. I was miserable. I was at rock bottom. I was working more than 60 plus hours a week. That's when I met somebody that gave me an epiphany. What if I could rent vacant home and then re-rent it out, sublet it out, then it was Airbnb, then scale to freedom, right? You don't have to have your own property. You can leverage OPP, other people's property. You get it? And when you can leverage OPP, other people's property, the sky's the limit, right? The old model is exchanging your time for money directly. 1 hour your life equals X amount of dollars, and salary is even worse. And then they told us to put money into a safe place, and that one day we can enjoy it. You know, when we like, oh, and can't even move anymore. Does that ever make any sense to anybody? Not to me, right? So the old model, put money into a retirement account after 50 years, and use that money once you're old and can enjoy it, that old model don't work anymore, okay? The new model is when you create an equitable, scalable business where you do not directly exchange your time for money. And then you want to continue to reinvest your money into your business for years, and then you have multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. That is the holy grail to financial freedom, is multiple sources of income backed up by real estate, okay? This right here is what you should be taking pictures of. This took me a long time to figure out. And when you can figure this out, you can get freedom. Prime example, I was a pharmacist making 6-figure income. It's always in my mind, hey, what if I lose my job or my license, whatever, and then what will happen to my income? Gone. Who will take care of my family, right? And it's all depending on one source of income. So imagining I did 20-something houses, and you did 10 to 20 houses. That's 10, 20 source of income, you see? Not just one. If your income is only depending on your income, right now, one source, you're in a very dangerous place. Because if something happened like that, we see it all the time. It's gone, right? So that's why you want to do this as fast as you can, leverage as many properties as you can, having 10, 20, 30 houses, other people's houses that you can leverage, have 20, 30 sources of income, so that way you can have freedom, true freedom. You guys get it? Okay? So the hardware is definitely on your own. I was confused about picking location, strategy, managing staff, hospitality experience, how to scale. I lost thousands of hours, tens of thousands of dollars. I had to close down more than 10 Airbnbs back then. But the good news is I can save you from these nightmares, okay? I can save you from these nightmares. That's the good news, okay? So, because I had no mentor and no support group and no help with all the little stuff that to become a mega host, okay? But even with that, I scaled to 20-something corporate housing, and the rest is history, okay? Why is this different though? This is not just about Airbnb, it's not just about vacation rental. This is corporate housing. That's the next epiphany that changed my life. Is after having 20-something vacation rental at one point, I was driving myself crazy out because, you know, all the vacationers got all kind of issues, you know, drugs, alcohol, I deal with all of that, craziness, you know, family dramas I don't want to be involved with, you know, and then squatters, right? They book for the weekend, but they stay for a month. You ever had that before, right? And even if everything worked out smoothly, it was so much work because imagining every week I have to check in 20-something people, families, and then check out 20-something parties. That's a lot of work. So when I did my math and I had some thinking, I was like, who is my ideal client? My ideal client is not the mom and pop. It's not the regular, you know, individual, but it's companies. There's insurance companies. You know, they have the resources. They have everything, you know, to all the resources, right? So who is your ideal client? That is so important. So the main difference, one, clients stay for months instead of days, right? That's very important because the reason they stay for months instead of days, so the workload is 20, 30 times less because the length of stay is 20, 30 times longer. Make sense? This makes sense, right? And then you're gonna make 2 times the market rent while minimize management, okay? And then it's 10 times less management equal 10 times more freedom, okay? 10 times less risk, 10 times less headaches because business to business, not business to consumer. Make sense? And then you escape a lot of regulations and have a lot of tax exempt as well because longer than 30 days stay. Anything longer than 30 days stay, you have a lot of tax exempt. A lot of regulations that you don't have to fulfill versus the short-term rental, right? So, I mean, disclaimer, we're not tax attorney, we're not accountant, this is not legal or financial advice, okay? But we do know from our experience that if it's over 30 days, in most places, you will have a lot of tax exempt. Because if you're doing vacation rental, you're paying hotel tax, that's like 15% right there, you see? And then one change in regulations and you're done. We have met so many people with short-term rental that are done because of the regulation. One change in regulation and they're cracked down on short-term rental like it's nobody's business because the hotel don't want you to succeed. But that's why we build this community for a reason. And that's why you are here for a reason. Because if you're in the corporate housing, the insurance housing, midterm rental world, you are good. Because this has been around forever, guys. You know, insurance been around forever. You know, families need a place to stay when the home get damaged, and the insurance will pay. That's been around forever. Companies been around forever when they have to travel for work, when they have to relocate their executive, when they have to move the whole team for a project and host them, right? That's been around forever. You get it? So that's why we build this community for a reason, okay? We have the short term and the midterm. Midterm meaning they will stay for longer than 30 days, consider midterm. Usually our average is 3 to 6 months, but 80, 90% of them extend. That's the key with midterm. Short-term rental, nobody extend their vacation. Even if they do, they're only for a couple of days. It doesn't make you any, richer much at all, right? And then short-term, we have the tenants who are vacationer, so they're gonna party, drug, alcohol, all of that. Whereas midterm, we have tenants who are professional, who are families, who have stable job, obviously, or the companies, right? So they're going to take care of the property because they're not going to do anything to jeopardize their job, right? And then short term, you have so much management that's drove me crazy. Imagine you have short term, every few days you got check in, check out, right? But with midterm, it's way less management, okay? Because you only clean once every they move out, so 3 to 6 months. You get it? And then owning versus renting as well, okay? So why do we rent to sublease instead of owning? Because when you buy a property, it takes so much capital to buy, right? And then location is permanent unless you want to sell the property, right? But with renting, it's very flexible. Instead of buying one house, you can rent 10 houses and then re-rent them out, make money right away with the 10 houses. Make sense? It's unparalleled flexibility, okay? There you go, right? So for one home that you buy and own, you can rent 10 houses and make 10 times the income right away. Make sense? It's much more less risk, right? When you wanna make money from one house or 10 houses with the same amount of money? 10 houses, right? You wanna make money now with those 10 houses, or you wanna wait till you save up the money, buy a house for a few years, save up more money, rehab it, buy another house every 3 to 4 years again, buy another house. It's gonna take you 30, 40 years for you to buy 10 houses. Make sense? So that's why we do the arbitrage model, because it's 10 times faster, 10 times easier. That's why I retired when I was 33, that's 7 years ago. That's why we help so many people retire in their 20s and 30s, and in 40, 50, it doesn't matter what age, but within months, that's the key. Within months, you can literally have financial freedom and travel the world. Why? Because cash flow equals freedom. And if you have 10 houses right now making you 20, 30K a month, I'm sure most of you don't want to, most of you are going to quit your job. They don't have to work for nobody. Make sense? So that's the financial freedom formula. What is it? Month 1, do 1 property, make 2K a month. Month 2, you do 2 property, now you're at 6K. Month 3, you do 2 more property, now you're at 10K a month. Do this. By month 6, you should have 11 property, making you about 22K a month. Sounds good? 6 months, who in here can retire 20-something K a month? Right? Who in here can take care of their family with that? And the best part is, this is not based on your hourly rate. This is not based on your salary. This is not based on one job, one business. This is based on 12, well, in this case, this is 11 houses at least, right? So that's 10 sources of income. You get it? If one of the house is burned down or whatever, that's only one source of income. You still have 9 other ones. But if you lose your job tomorrow or something happened to you, knock on wood, today, you can't go to work tomorrow, who's gonna take care of your family? You get it? Even if you're a doctor, lawyer, I see it all the time. I was a doctor. Something happened, they lose their job, they lose their license. So some major drastic thing happened and they can't go to work anymore. Right? And that's it. I mean, the company is not gonna care, right? But when you have the houses make you money in your sleep, now that's true freedom. Make sense? So now me and my wife, we travel the world. Like, we just booked a one-way ticket to Costa Rica just a few months ago. And the way we travel, we book a one-way ticket to a country. However long we like it, that's how long we're gonna stay, okay? So we originally it was only 2-3 weeks, but we love it so much we stayed for 2-3 months, right? And then we stopped by Tulum on the way back, and because we just heard about how amazing it is in Costa Rica. So boom, we just booked a flight to Tulum, stayed there for 2 weeks in Cancun, right? Why not? But Tulum is such a vibe. Anyway, you see, that's true freedom, right? That's true freedom. And just look around your workplace, your circles. Are the people there able to take 3-4 months off like that, travel the world, and still make 6-figure income passively? Are they where you want to be? If they are not it, then you're in the right place at the right time here. We can help you, right? We help so many people do this. So why we are different? What other Airbnb gurus don't tell you is corporate arbitrage. You can leverage others. There's other connection outside of Airbnb and VRBO, because you don't want to be dependent on them, right? We have tested thousands of resources and have a trade secret list of the top main connection resource that can help you get financial freedom. Get the corporate clients, get the insurance clients, right? So we come up with a 4-step method, FAST method. F is find the right location. A is ask to sublease. S is set up to stand out. T is to tap into the corporate clients, right? So these are the 4 steps. That's it for you to get financial freedom. Okay. So find the right location. Most people don't know where to find a deal. All of that. We have a proprietary system that finds you the right location within minutes. And then as to sublease, people, why would people give their properties to us, right? You said all the time, it's because we know how to get more return for them. We're gonna be the best and last tenant they will ever give. And the reason why our students are so successful is because they know how to leverage our network with hundreds of members, hundreds of properties, combined 20 years experience. We do it as a team, as a community. That's the real key secret, right? There's no one person can beat 100 people in any game. Okay, even Michael Jordan can't beat no other basketball team if he played by himself, right? But yet entrepreneurs think they can do this by themselves and win all the time, but which they, most of the time, 99% of them fail, right? But with us, why do we take a brand new person with no experience, with nothing, even a 15-year-old can do this, boom, to make 6 figures within 6 months. It's not by accident, it's by design, and it's by knowing how to leverage our track record, our network, our experience collectively. Make sense? So these are our partners with our students nationwide, right? In almost every major state, every major city in America, okay? So, and I will share that with you more as we go into this. And then S is set up to stand out. How you set up to stand out? T, to tap into the corporate clients as well, right? So these are the overview. What is the formula for corporate housing arbitrage? First month rent, first month deposit, you can buy the furniture or rent the furniture. You charge them 2 times the rent plus utilities, right? And that will give you about 2K a month per property. You want 10K a month, 5 property will get you there. You do that 2 properties a month, 3 months, you get there. You want 20K a month, 10 property get you there. If you do 2 a month, those 5 months you get there, you see? So the initial expense for the arbitrage model is about 10 to 15K. First month rent, first month deposit, and furniture. But you're making double that your first year, so that's double your return. That's like 100% return on investment. How many here be all right with 100% return on your investment, right? Exactly. Because most people are only making about 10 to 20%. Even Warren Buffett only makes 20% a year, right? The easiest way is to mimic, model, master, and multiply other people's success, okay? My one mission after I retired, traveled the world, retired my mom, my dad, I sat on the beach and I was like, what's the purpose of my life? Because I done everything that I wanted. And God really showed me my purpose is not to just help me, but to help other people. So my mission now, my life mission, is to help 1 million families get financial freedom, right, for the rest of their life. So you're ready to make that massive, lasting change and live the life that was meant to live, then join our family, right? So there are 3 phases of this business. The first phase is the market analysis to find your golden pie location. Where's a good location? What's a bad location? What's a good deal? What's a bad deal? You know, one bad deal can cost you a ton of time, money, and fortune. You don't want that, right? One good deal can make you a ton of time, money, and fortune too. Knowing the difference is what makes the difference, okay? You can either spend years to figure that out, or we already have the blueprints. Just boom and make it happen. The second phase is how you scale from there, okay? How do you scale from there, right? That's the second phase, okay? Is how to sublease our other people's property, how to manage other people's property, how to co-host other people's property, right? Because you can actually co-host other people's property without any investing of your own money. That's something that I haven't even touched on. So you can actually just partner up with other people's property and boom, get them corporate clients that we have, the connection that we have, and then boom, you both win together without any investing any of your own money, right? And then the third phase is the proven sources of corporate housing, the insurance housing, okay? So if all this did to give you the freedom lifestyle, would it be worth it to do this? You gotta ask yourself that, right? If all this did to give you the skill set to earn 6-figure income in the next 6 months, would it be worth it? Definitely, right? If all this did to give you the time to spend with your loved one, really live a life of passion and purpose, would be worth it, right? I retired both my parents, my grandma, and it was one of the best accomplishments of my life. And then I retired my wife, 15 years as a nurse, traveled the world together. We've just been to Greece, Santorini, Paris, the Olympics, this past Olympics, happening every 100 years, right? Is that worth it? Absolutely, right? So there's two ways you can do this. Like, you can forget everything I talk about and go back and work a full-time job, and then invest into the 401k stock market like everybody else. And then you need about, did you know, in order for you to just make 10K a month, you need about $2.5 million invested in any kind of traditional investing to make 4% dividends. The question is how long for you to save up $2.5 million? For me, it was like never, even at doctor level, right? Or the easy way is you just do this part-time, and then you make 6 figures working a few hours a week from anywhere and have freedom, okay? So the best investment you can make is in yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn, okay? That's Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time. Mistake you will make when you leave here is not knowing your market, not knowing which is a good deal or a bad deal, going at it alone, not leveraging mentor their lesson. I've done it all, by the way, no judgment here, right? Lack of motivation, lack of accountability. I think I know it all a lot of time before, right? And the more I learn, the more I hang out with billionaires, the more I know that I don't know anything, okay? I wonder aimlessly trying to source out the corporate clients, right? So we want to save you from all this stuff, okay? All right. So the offer I have right now for everybody who in here wants a one-on-one help with me, okay? The best gift I can give anybody is my time, right? So I will go over some more material here, dive deeper, but this is just to give you the basis. But anyway, who in here want more help, right? The best way is for you to book a call with us. It's a free strategy call. And if you are lucky, I only have 5 spots for the first 5 people that are qualified to be on my calendar. I set aside about 5 hours, you know, to help a week. That's it. That's all I have, because it's a one-on-one, 1-hour consultation that's worth about $3,000, $4,000 I could charge, but I'm giving for free to build the community for my followers as well. Okay. So for those who want that, click on the link in the chat, register right now, because obviously spots are very limited. There's only 5 for me, okay? Now, don't worry, if you don't win that spot for me, you can still, I will make sure one of my advisors will give you at least 20 to 30 minutes of their time, free, at no charge, so you can help you walk away with the strategy, the game plan, you can get financial freedom. Sounds good? Okay? So the link is in the chat. And what I'll do now actually is have my team, while you do that, my team can play a quick testimonials for you, and I'll be right back with this testimonial. I will go over more detail, how to find the right location. I'll give you the secrets of the location, the secrets of the subleasing, and all the secrets that we have that will answer your questions. Sounds good? Okay. So, Rianne, can you take over and share the testimonial real quick? Thank you, Rianne. Everybody give my team a hand here. Work hard here for you guys. Okay.
I want to introduce somebody very special, amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with 2 little kids. It's really blown my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make 6-figure income. Now she has 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel. She travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy and grateful to have her here. It's Coach Ann.
Hi guys, I'm Ann. To be correct, I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I wouldn't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housings.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram, because for me, I'm thinking if I'm going to invest, I want to make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing. With our one house, for the last months, we've spent honestly the entire time 5 hours within these last 5 months. So an hour a month, guys, honestly.
What I like is the access. Having access to Dr. Chau, the coach. I got his phone number. I can call him for anything. You got to make time or get on their schedule, but Dr. Chau is ready to answer my call if I need it. I haven't yet, but I have faith and know that he will pick up. So that's a big bonus. I tested him. When I say test him, I test his character, and that's what I like about Dr. Chau. He's a real guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program. So
it has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but you guys said, it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did. We jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner, and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand, felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night. Definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday we had 3 inquiries, and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we got now, we rented for $1,895, I think. With the insurance, we're charging $4,200 per month.
We have faith in this program, and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our 3rd and 4th property by the end of the year, hopefully. Let's go.
Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
So last year, Kathy went to our event like this, just sitting in your seat. She had one property where she was struggling with short-term rental, blah, blah, blah. And now fast forward a year now, how many properties you have now?
6.
On average, $2K a month for properties. You're making 6-figure income, man, in 1 year.
Yeah. Right now, I have 3 properties.
Awesome. And how much you make average per property per month?
About 3 to 3.5 per property.
$3,000 to $3,500 per property. So, man, you were killing it. And those 3 properties making almost $10K a month.
I started my program last September. I started with nothing, had just enough money to get 1 house. Now I'm at 9 houses. I took 5 houses last October. My gross annual right now per month is about $65,000 a month.
This is one of the best masterminds I've been to. I've formed a lot of great relationships, partnerships, just from this one weekend. Better concepts of how to do this business, what to say, how to do it, who to do it with, who not to do it with.
Thank you, Dr. Chau. Thank you for this event. I felt truly at home. My heart is in peace. I trust. I felt understood. I felt cared for from really all of you. And I think this is my community from now on.
I also want to just express gratitude to Dr. Chau, the coaches, the team. Putting on this live event was just life-changing for me. On behalf of my family, I know it's going to do well for us. I'm just so excited for the future. Thank you.
There was a point in your life, I am sure, Dr. Chau, that I don't know if you envisioned or where this whole idea came from, but you're absolutely a trailblazer and a pioneer, and it must have taken a whole lot of chutzpah, a lot of courage, a lot of determination, stamina, energy, brilliance. I'm just deeply grateful that you shared it with a lot of us.
I would be remiss if I didn't offer my gratitude to Dr. Chau and the entire team, actually. It's one thing to hear this through webcasts and through Zoom calls, but to see and be in person and feel the love, the gratitude, the passion is a totally different experience. And I really appreciate it and so happy that I've chosen to come and join at this level.
I've never been to a mastermind that's business oriented, included a spiritual component in it. So that was just a really refreshing. I go to 10X events all the time. I don't think I've skipped one yet in terms of the business summit, but I don't think I'm going to skip one event here.
Yeah, same. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Chau, for this opportunity to stay here at this lakefront property, for giving me a space to stay here. It might be outside my comfort zone, but I'm going to declare 10 properties in the next 12 months. So hold me accountable.
Awesome. Everybody, give that a hand, huh? Isn't that amazing? And I want you to know that you can do it as well, right? If these people, brand new people can do this, you can do this as well, okay? All right, now we're gonna talk about the good stuff. I promise you, the longer you stay, the better, right? I'm gonna talk about zero money down strategy, as promised, so that way you can get it. You heard about zero money down. I'm gonna combine how to leverage other people's property with zero money down strategy. Sounds good? Yes. So zero money down strategy, what does this mean? You can partner up with people who are already frustrated, burnout landlord. You get them corporate clients, you partner up with them, so it's zero money down. That's what simply would mean. You can call it, there's different name for it. You can co-hosting, you can co-host it, you can manage it, or you can just partner with somebody, right? Let somebody else take all the financial, risks, okay? And a lot of them, they already have, so we're here to help them. It's not like we're not taking advantage of anybody. We're adding more value to the property that they already have, right? By providing corporate clients, by providing insurance clients that will pay double the market rent. Make sense? So that's the big topic for today. I see several people apply for the strategy course, so congratulations on that. Look forward to talk to you if you qualify for that. And then we go from here, okay? All right, so zero money down strategy. What is it and how you do it? Why and how is it different from arbitrage or renting? So how do you do co-hosting and zero money down? You gotta understand the profit, number one. Number one, you rent a place for $3,000, you wanna sublease it for $6,000. 20% of it is co-hosting, so it's $1,200 for you. Utility is $500, vacancy is $600. Total net rent to the owner is $3,700. Extra cash flow to the owner is $700. So here's the thing. I know a lot of people are like numbers that just went whoof, all right? So, but when you understand this will make sense for you, okay? Most long-term landlords only make about 10% of traditional rent. So most landlords in this example only make about $300. Now, when you rent out to corporate, you're able to get double the market rent. So instead of $3,000, after you furnish it, add value to it, all of that, you rent it to the company for $6,000. You see? Now, you make your 20% of the revenue. It's $1,200. You minus the utility vacancy, the owner is still making an extra $700. So the owner now make $1,000 in cash flow instead of $300. That's tripling their cash flow, tripling their return on investment. Triple. Is that amazing, right? How many want to triple their cash flow? So the pitch to the landlord is, how would you like to double or triple your cash flow while I do all the work? Who doesn't want that? You see? So it's really a no-brainer for the landlord when you partner with them. And when you know what you're doing, it's a win-win for both people, okay? And especially them, because, I mean, who doesn't want that while somebody else manages it for them, right? Because we're solving the landlord's biggest problem, right? Three things. Anybody who in here has property, right? There's three biggest issues. Number one is squatters. Eviction. Take time, a lot of time and money. When we manage it, guess how many evictions we have for the last 10 years doing this? Hundreds of clients, hundreds of properties. Zero. Why? Because insurance company, they have more to lose. They're not gonna mess around with 10, 20K rent. That's nothing for them, right? They're gonna cut you a check. They're not gonna squat at your property either, right? They don't want to get sued, okay? They have more to lose. Make sense? So that's why zero eviction. That's incredible. You ever heard anybody do real estate over 10 years, hundreds of properties with hundreds of members that have zero eviction? Unheard of, right? That's why this is the best business ever, really. And trust me, I look hard and long. I have my MBA as well. Look at hundreds of different models. If there's a better model out there, I would have found it already. Okay. So The second thing that owner manage the property, the issues is the maintenance of the properties. Because there's not a lot of profit, they're gonna have to maintain it. A lot of times they have to fix the toilet themselves. Who wouldn't want to be a plumber that fix the toilet themselves, right? No, and most people don't. Okay, God bless all the plumber out there, but that's not something most people want to do, right? Because there's no profit if they hire it out, right? But when we manage, because the corporate clients insurance, they have a lot of money, they pay a lot, we have the money to maintain the property, and we doubling and tripling their profit by the professional, hire professional maintain the property. Make sense? So remember, and you only need a few landlords to get you financial freedom. If you want to commit to become the best and last tenant they ever need, okay? And therefore, everything else will come from referral. So all you only need really a 3 or 4 landlord that believe in your services, products, product with you, and the rest come from history, okay? Anyway, book a free consultation call if you haven't already. There you go. What is the difference between arbitrage and co-hosting? So arbitrage is we rent the property. Co-hosting is when you partner with the landlord either to co-host or to manage it for them. That's what co-hosting is. Zero money down. The arbitrage, the capital, you gotta pay first month rent, first month deposit plus furniture, about 12 to 15K each deal. For co-hosting, there's no need to pay any of that, right? So zero money down. Not a lot of risk to you. So for those who don't have a lot of money, this will be the strategy for you to get in the door, okay? And without help, you can do it very quickly. Profit. Arbitrage can make about $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Co-hosting, you earn about half, $700 to $1,600 a month. But remember, you're not putting money down, okay? So if you have some money, do arbitrage. Obviously, you have more control. If you don't have any money or you don't want to risk it, depending on your personality as well, right? You can do co-hosting. What's the risk? Okay, the risk here is way, you gotta put it in perspective. The risk here is way less than traditional real estate. Traditional real estate, you can risk hundreds of thousands of dollars in years of your life, right? If the deal don't work out, because when you own real estate, sometimes it's really hard to sell, especially right now, you know? It's really hard to sell right now, right? In a lot of markets, you see? But with arbitrage, if it doesn't work out, hey, guess what? Let them keep the deposit, keep 1 month rent, and you can move your furniture to another one like that, you see? So it's actually, the only risk for arbitrage is about 5 to 10K, where you're making 50K, 100K. So you gotta remember asymmetrical risk to reward. That's something I learned from the billionaire, Tony Robbins. Asymmetrical risk to reward. Whatever business you go into, there's always risk and reward. The billionaire know that when the reward is 5 times the risk, they take the deal, because nothing is perfect. I'm not gonna tell you over here and say everything is perfect, everything is like, you know, 100% success. No, okay? There's a small percentage that might not be successful, but the reward is 10 times the risk. So when you lose 5 to 10K. When you win 50K, 100K for the next, you know, 2-3 years of rent, right? That you rented out. You see, so you only need to be right 1 out of 10 times here with arbitrage. Versus traditional real estate, you need to be right 100% of the time, because if you don't, you're gonna lose your life savings, right? You're gonna lose like everything that you work so hard for, because traditional real estate takes so much capital, so much energy, so much rehab. You ever done a rehab your house, and there's always cost more, always take longer, right? That's exactly what we're talking about, okay? So this is arbitrage, way less risk than traditional real estate by like 20 times less risk, right? But with co-hosting, it's even way less risk. Co-hosting, you're not even put any money down, you see? So with no money down, and you don't have to do any rehab, what's really the risk? You just test things out. Maybe test it out for a few months. If it win-win, scale it in. If it's not, everybody go their own way. It's all good, you see? So that's why, you know, if your personality is not very into risk, this will be a great fit for you. Okay, if your personality is willing to take some risks, but not as much, like nobody should be doing like traditional real estate if you don't have at least $1 million. Okay, Grant Cardone even said that, right? Why? Because traditional real estate, if you make one mistake, it's a couple 100,000, 200,000-300,000 easily, right? And when you win and you over leverage, like 2008, remember foreclosure, all that, you don't want that. Okay, just do arbitrage. If you still make good money, you have some money. So just depend on where you're at. Both of these are really, really, really good strategy. Is what I'm trying to say. Scaling, arbitrage is lower than co-hosting, but remember it's about 20 times faster than traditional real estate. Again, right? Because all you need is first month rent, first month deposit, get in the deal. Co-hosting, you can scale 10 times even faster because no capital is needed. So one of the best strategy is contacting short-term Airbnb owner that are frustrated and burnt out, and then tell them you can get them corporate clients. Partner with them. You see? They already have the furniture, they already have everything. You simply be the connector, like Steve Jobs said. Be the connector, and everything in your life will change. So be the connector, connect them with the corporate clients that we have, the know-how that we have, the collective intelligence that we have, and then boom, you get win-win everybody. Make sense? Okay, so what is the financial freedom, arbitrage financial freedom formula? Month one, do one property, make 2K a month. Month two, you do 2, 6K. You've seen, we went it over quickly, but you've seen it. Now this is scale out to 12 months. Now you're making 40, 50K a month. That's over $5 million in 10 years. This is legacy. This is something you can leave to your kids. The know-how, the knowledge, the understanding. Not just about the money, it's about setting up passive income for them. Setting up a business that will pay itself moving forward, giving them the skill set that they can do this on their own, right? So that they can make income like this. Okay, I want to make income like this, right? And it's not just about quick money, it's about passive. Once you set it up one time, remember guys, it's passive, pretty much, okay? There's some property that I make money off of 10 years now, okay? Now, co-hosting, financial freedom formula, with this, you make about, let's say $1,000 a month, okay? So you scale, same thing with that, about 2 a month. So 12 months, you make 20-something K a month. Pretty good, Do you know how long it takes for me to make just 10K a month? 8 years of school, 400K tuition. Survive out of ramen noodles and dollar menus, right? To go out and make 10K a month. This you can make in 6 months and with no money down. Remember that, right? Keep it in perspective here, right? Or if you work a regular job, as you know, you climb the corporate ladder, it takes you about 10 years to make 10K, 20K a month, right? 10 years. And even if you make that now, you still got to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. What kind of freedom is that? I mean, we help people make all this and work a 4-hour work week. That's true freedom. 4-hour work week. You'd rather have that? I do. And travel the world. Remember 4 types of freedom, right? Money freedom, time freedom, relationship freedom, where you don't have to talk to anybody, where you don't want to. And then location freedom, obviously. But relationship freedom is very interesting because what kind of business, you guys tell me in the chat, what kind of business where the clients don't need to see you, they don't even want to talk to you, and they wire you monthly income every single month? Isn't that like the best business ever? Exactly. It's the landlording business. It's been around for thousands of years. That's how kings and queens, lord, everybody made their wealth and have freedom. You've seen all the movies, all the kings and queens go play and have bars and have parties all the time. Why? Because they have passive income from real estate. Hello, right? Same thing is now, all the billionaires, all the rich people, they all do that. Okay? Now we peasants compared to them, back in the day you can't do that what we do, but now you can just leverage other people's property, like the strategy I show you. So therefore it's unlimited. potential for you guys, right? Make sense? But anyway, that's why I talk about relationship freedom, because with this, you don't have to talk to any clients. You know, I mean, I just talked with a CPA, very successful here. He has over 1,500 clients. I don't know if he's on here, but 1,500 clients, and during tax season, he's working 16 hours a day. Now he's a multi-millionaire. Don't get me wrong. He's a multi-millionaire. He got 4 houses in California. He's doing really well. But even like he's in his 60s and still have to work that much, you know, versus us, we retired when I was 33, traveled around the world, worked like 4 hours a week. Wow. You see the difference? You see what this can do for you? And it's not just me, guys. It's look at my testimonials. You know, whatever, like no excuses, right? Well, you've seen it. We have single moms who make it 20, 30,000 a month and retire. We even have a 15 years old doing this, a truck driver. Man, if any of them can do this, I'm sure you can do too, okay? All right, so the FAST method, again, for the 4 steps to success, what we do. So every week we have a focus. Today, focus is on the co-hosting model, okay? You know, 1 week we're gonna talk about location, 1 week we're gonna talk about subleasing. So come back for those, okay? But yeah, definitely schedule a call, you haven't already. But real quickly, the 3 nuggets for right location is the 3 H's: highways, hospital, and hotels. When 2 highway intersect, when big hospital and hotel drop $1 billion into building a big, you know, building, they already done their research. You get it? They already done their research. So follow them, you're gonna succeed. So write it out, the 3 H's: highways, hospitals, and hotels. When you just do that, you're gonna have the right location most of the time. The rest of the time is when we come in to help you with the coaching on an individual basis. Make sense? As to sublease, most people will tell you sublease ask them on their own, right? But with us, when you know how to leverage our track record, that's the big key. Because people, here's the thing: if you don't do it with us, you can go do it yourself. Here's a conversation when you talk to a landlord. I like you, you know. I try, Eliza, how you say? I'm sorry, Eliza. You know, you look very trustworthy. We like you, but how many of these have you done? That's the conversation, right? What's your track record for corporate housing, right? So you be a good lady, honest lady. You're not gonna say, you know, I done it. You know, you're gonna say this is my first one, or my second one, whatever, right? What are your chances of success with that? You see, but with us, you can say ethically, hey, we've done hundreds of properties nationwide, right? Here's our website. Here's our partner website, and boom, now we want to see if your property qualifies for what we do, because we have over 20 years combined experience, right? So here I want to show you my partnership website. It's very awesome. We help all these students, individual, build their own website, right? Build their own companies nationwide. You see, every major city, every major state, from the East Coast to the West Coast, or the mid coast too, to build, right? So this, you can imagine your website, your company on here, and then you can say, hey, we're part of a nationwide corporate housing network. We've done hundreds of properties, you know, over 20 years combined experience. Here's my website, you know, on here, you know, and we want to see if you're probably qualified, what we do. Boom, instant credibility. Makes sense? That's why we help brand new people succeed, because they leverage our track record, leverage our community. That's a real key secret. I hope you get one thing out today. That's the one thing you want to get. Is the real key is to have a community, have a team, and a track record. And if you don't have that, leverage us. You know, that's the quickest way. Make sense? All right, cool. All right, so now we pretty much talk a lot already. So any questions I can do for you guys? But I really encourage you guys, for you guys to really, really take this seriously, because time is of the essence, right? I learned from another billionaire. I asked him what's the secret to success. He said the keys between him and other people is he's one thing to see the opportunity, but there's a windows of opportunity. There's only a window in any opportunity, and that window is open for you today. Okay, you can choose to walk through it, go to the other side, or forget about it. That's up to you, you know. But it's not gonna last, right? Nothing. I mean, this business is gonna last. We're gonna be in it forever. But if you don't seize this opportunity, 5 years from now, you're gonna look back and say, "What if?" Right? What if I did this? I did that. I you know, hired the right mentor, right coach, and then the right community, and then I got freedom the rest of my life. You know, the biggest regret of people who are on their deathbed is not the regret of, you know, oh my God, like it's basically the regret of not doing what you know you should be doing. You know, is it okay if the average millionaire in America fail at 6-7 businesses before he make or she make their first million, right? So it's about fail forward fast. And with us, we can eliminate a lot of that failure for you, okay? You don't have to do it through trial and error. But don't be afraid, is what I'm trying to say. Just have faith, trust, help things out, and we get you everywhere fast, like anywhere you want to go fast, okay? Anyway, any questions? Any questions about anything here? Okay, the last thing is book a call with us, okay? If you haven't already, book that call with us, okay? For those of you who missed it, I'm giving 5 spots for one-on-one consultation with me, 1 hour long, and it's worth over $3,000. And I'm doing this just for my community, for you guys. So take advantage of it, guys. All you gotta do is just apply. Now, I can't guarantee that we can give that to you, but if you qualify, then yeah, definitely book that on my calendar. If not, I can still get my team. What I can promise, I can always get my team to talk with you as well. I'll give you about 20-30 minutes, so why not? Great question, Eliza. How long will it take to start a business from day of signing up? Okay, I don't want to limit anybody. Our best students did 5 properties within 30 days. Okay, all fully booked, furnished, booked, and make 15-20K a month, retire on the beach after that. Okay, that's our best student. And then our second best student did like 4 properties within 30 days. Okay, and now the caveat, she's a mom of 2 little kids, working full-time, by the way. So there's really no excuses, right? Is it more challenging being in Los Angeles or any part of the state? Okay, great question. So it's never the question of resources, it's the question of resourcefulness. Is what I learned from Tony Robbins, okay? You have 2 people start out anywhere around the world. Africa, LA, New York, from the lowest of Africa to LA, okay? 2 people starting out. Let's say 2 people start out in Africa. One, go be a billionaire, okay? Made it. The other one, still digging ditches. Same town, same everything. Same thing with LA. 2 people start out in LA. One can make it big, retire, like one of my students. You remind me of one of my student, Amanda, right? She's in LA. She made $20,000 to $30,000 a month with 5. She had 5 kids when she joined. A lot of kids to feed. You know, $20,000-$30,000 a month and retire within months. Right here, her testimonial is right here. I'll drop the link on my testimonial link so people can watch. You know, that's Amanda right there. You see? Now she retired, traveled the world. You know, so she's in LA. She done well. We had Stephanie too in LA. She done very well, right? So the big city, the more competition, yes. However, the higher the rent. LA has one of the highest ridiculous rent. So the property that we told you to make 2K a month on average, well, in LA you make double that, 4 to 5K a month. You see? So it's just a way of how you look at it, right? And being resourceful versus, you know, the resources. So it's always about how you can be resourceful and leverage what you have, right? So great question, Liza. Do you have? Okay. So, anybody else has any question? Do you have any other questions? Anybody have any other questions? Great question, by the way. So definitely come back to this time next week for another class with another topic. Every week is gonna be different, and who know me, I can run off on stuff. It just sometimes stuff flow, and I'm like an artist, so every week is different. Okay, but every week is a different topic. But I'm sure glad that you are here. I'm very happy. God bless you guys with everything. So I'm gonna play one more testimonials, and then we call it a night. Sounds good. So pay attention very closely because this is one of my favorite testimonial highlights.
I'm officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job, next month.
Yes, there's time to look at address and location. If you have a market you want me to analyze or a deal that you have, put it in the chat, okay? So I'll stay longer for you guys because I, want to over deliver all the time. So go ahead.
I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. Well, I have other business endeavor as well. So in addition to that, I'm gonna focus on that and then the corporate housing.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
About on average $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed $50,000.
Wow.
For the first time.
How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to become a pharmacist?
Forever.
I actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year. And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's $20K a month, baby. Let's go.
Started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
All right. How much you be making with this?
About $12,000 a month.
$12,000 a month. Yeah, it's so peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's glowing. He's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months.
I'm a realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man. The tools you provide, people we're around. We teach each other so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
A month. I really like the program.
He's in California, by the way. That's why.
It's good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K or something in my pocket. It's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him. It's so much like education because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go.
There you go. I love that. If a single mom, a truck driver, one of them guy that makes 6 figures, they're a truck driver, and a teenager can do it, I'm sure you can do it as well. Wow. John have 4 properties. I don't know if I have time to analyze all 4, John. Is there one that you can pick that we can go over? Great, congratulations. Yeah. 406? Okay, let's do it. All right, so first thing first, when you're looking at a property, you want to look at the map, the location first, because why? Location, location, location. The one thing that you cannot change about the home is the location, right? You can change about everything else except the location. So you want to make sure if it's the right location first. Okay, so with that being said, this is in Lakeland. Let's see here, Florida. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. So this is like Central Florida. A few hours from Tampa, a few hours from Orlando. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, let me see here. So now you're looking at highways. Okay, so you see there's two main highway intersect here. You see these two highway? See? Then there's another highway up here. So his property is pretty centrally located in the center of actually 3 different highways. That's a good thing, okay? Now, we want to look at the hospitals. Nice. He's right across from a big regional health central location here. That's great, right? That's good. Literally right across from him, and that's the biggest one in town, right? Okay. Now we're gonna do hotels. It's all these dots, a hotel, 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 hotel. Okay, there's some out here. Okay, good, 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 good. So there are hotels close to him. That's good as well. Okay. And what I do like is there's a lake too close to them. So that's really great. There's several small lakes as well. The location, 10 out of 10. Great. Great job. You're in. Okay. Good. Now, that's just the location though, okay? So there's a lot more to it than that. And I got to look a lot closer. But just from 30,000 foot view is a great location, okay? Sounds good? John had 40 rental. I love John. Yeah, John is the man, okay? So, yeah, we have a lot of places here for you guys, okay? So we can, so you guys have a good idea of how to do this, right? How to analyze the location and all of that. Let's just do one more for fun, okay, for John. Anybody else with any other questions? Okay, this one is right outside of Tampa. Okay, Tampa is a great place, especially for corporate housing. Okay. If you look at, here's some bonus for you. Look at his routes. It's also a great place because it's healthy food. Okay. Like I said, the longer you stay, the more jam I can give you. There's another age that I'm not supposed to tell you, but I did already. It's called healthy food. Why? Because people who are in a better place can afford healthy food. It's not, it's pricey, right? So you have a Sprout there, that means it's a good neighborhood. Okay, this one, close to the center, there's a Hilton here, good. There's several highways connecting, good. Walmart, Costco, oh, Costco, that's great. Costco. So there's another trick too on these four places. There's different side of track. You want to be on the right side of track. Remember that saying? So the Costco, the Sam's Club, the Sprout is all on this side of track, out of the other side. You see? So his property is on the right side of track. So congratulations, John. It's a great location. Awesome. Okay. There you go. These two you can definitely do corporate housing with. All right. Okay. Good. All right. Cool. John, actually, this is John. He's just joined our program, actually. I believe this is right, John. So we actually, we can go into more details on the next coaching call. Yes. Good to see you, John. Remember, join those coaching calls for the students only, okay? So I can really dive deeper for you, okay? So the next one for you will be Thursday. So come and join that. But yeah, these are great locations, John. Good to have you here too. You know, this is a good place for you to learn as well. I have some of my students who join these classes to this day too, because every time they learn something new, right? And 80-90% of success is mindset as well. But anyway, great to have you, John. He's a very successful man, has over 40 houses, and he can see the value in this as well. So you know, we have a lot of really successful people in our community and helping a lot of people as well, everywhere from doctor, lawyer, multi-millionaires. So we welcome you, everyone. It doesn't matter what your background. We also have, school teachers that we help, truck driver, anywhere, any people we love to help. Okay, so pass this on. I hope you enjoy the class. And before we go, we're gonna do this together. Okay, we're gonna put our fists together, and then we're gonna count down from 10 to 1, and then we're gonna celebrate as if there's no tomorrow. Because why? Because we want to celebrate our freedom, our love, our life together. Sounds good? Celebrate you being here as well. That's the most important part, celebrating you. So count down with me, guys. Ready? Everybody trying to unmute yourself. Let's get it going. Let's make it happen, okay? So count down with me, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, celebrate. Woo! Thank you. Thank you for being here. Awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. God bless you guys, okay? We'll see you on the next call. Book a call with us. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.